Alright, so we're... That was loud. We're back. Things went wrong once and I had to restart. Let me see if you guys can figure it out. You probably could. You guys are smart people. I wanted to work on melting love. I just started at the beginning, right? And we did. We've done really well at that. More about that later. So, I took everybody from here, spread them across. Then I put myself here. Killed all the guys here with execution bullets. And the work was fine, you know. And of course, an ordeal came. Or, yeah, something like that. And, you know, everybody had to be moved a bit, except for him. And, you know, there was time to send everybody back. So I sent these guys back. I sent these guys back. Sent these guys back. Sent, well, nobody here, but, you know. Sent these guys back. Sent these guys back. These and these. But not these. As in, I didn't recall them. And things went wrong. Can you figure out why? I'll give you another 5 seconds until we're ready to do this. Actually, we're going to do something else anyway first. Yeah. My main mistake was to recall these guys. Because he, with a little cute heart above his face, is part of these guys. So he just went ta-ta-ta-ta, infected, 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 infected. And everybody died. Anyway, I've basically superpowered R30 at this point. We had something we could do with them every time. If White was safe, we couldn't let him work on a tree, and here, if Black was safe, he was basically pinging between Letizia and Freischütz. And if Red was okay, he worked once on him, and then he worked on this one, and then this guy here. Pale, we didn't do anything with because I'm pretty sure he probably could have survived Burb, but I think no, he probably couldn't have. Anyway, what we're going to do now is read the story on you. Decent armor. Weapon seems pretty dope. Let's get one of each. Alright, story time. Which is incredibly small. And I can barely read. I'm a pro. Used to be expensive, but I'll cut you some slack here on one condition. Hand me over that goddamn cunning... I'm guessing that's the wolf. If you ever see him, I'll hang his head over on bed, only then can I fall asleep without having a nightmare. Female warriors with striking red hood. Her frayed and patched hood has initials embroidered on it, which are unreadable because of the damage the hood has taken. Rumor says her hood used to be white, but became red after being soaked in blood for countless times. Turned out to be true. Fig this, Michael. Yeah, Michael, do your damn job. Before coming to this facility, she was a mercenary, wandering around without residence. She does not trust others well and has extreme fondness for battles. She's usually comfortable with her part of flesh being exposed. What part? Do I want to know? And looking at a mirror. Also, numerous symptoms of paranoid have been observed in her behaviors. She has a strong desire to resolve emergency situations if one never breaks out. She says it's a contract. Since this behavior consequently helps the management process, the company recommended putting it to use. The following contain must-read for employees in all classes. If she faces big and might be bad wolf, she goes out of control. She will undergo extreme shift in personality, embitterment disorder, and other psychologically dangerous disorders which result in serious collateral damage. Thus, extreme caution is advised when working with unlevel Red Riding Hood mercenary. No victory will come in our battle. All I think about is how to kill that bastard in the most gruesome way possible. Thus, I will drink no toast. I will not celebrate in any way. When I got used to grunting and axes instead of picking flowers in the garden, I was 15. Well, that's fun, isn't it? Okay, so, And this guy's a B word as well. For one reason, meltdowns. Luckily enough, there aren't too many meltdowns that can happen. But if black is bad and he goes in meltdown, oh boy, we basically get to pump Zerbase full of bullets. Yeah. Other than that, things have been mostly fine. Just, you know, having to be careful, especially with this guy. Not just because of the meltdown, but I remember sending somebody in means deals a lot of sanity damage, and when I hear sanity damage, I think white damage. So I see white being cleared. Oh, good, I can work on this goober. Wrong. He deals black damage. Can I get his other pokey stick? I haven't really been able to work with him too much just because I don't trust it all too much. Okay, well, we'll do the meltdown. With a bit of luck, I might be able to escape dusk. I think it goes up to 8, so we're at 6 now. So 7 is just 8 meltdowns, which means 8 will be your deal, but we may not have to do it. Fingers crossed, huh? Where's Spud in all of this? Spud has been a designated burb person. He's good on red damage, you know. Tree is doing fine. He might do his weird stuff, but meantime, Queenie's almost back up to 999, even after extracting another suit from her. Alright, so basically everything is gonna go on meltdown. And by everything I mean these guys. Because that's all that can go in meltdown. Let's see if we're prepped for that. Megahertz, we've got... What does megahertz do? White. Okay, so for megahertz, we've got... U. Actually, for megahertz, we'll use Arfi because megahertz is Teth. I mean, even if she gets hit a few times, she'll be alright. Redolta, we have Trendy, who's good against white. Censored, we have Jameson / Surbase. And for Red Mercenary, we've got Ani, who has a 0.2 for red damage. And he's got a better tier armor than... Oh, he got that face. Ooh, wow, he's looking freaky now. Cool, cool, cool. Anyway, for this side, we've got a Hoon for the red shoes, NGC for this, and these two are utilities, so... Alright. And white damage is safe. Again, you're like, hey, cool, you can look for this one. Nope, black damage. We'll have the ordeal of dust coming up. Again, I don't know if I have to do it. If I have to do it, I'm probably going to try and ignore it, which is going to be risky at best. Anyway, let's deal with these guys. I'll send you in there. Trendy can do Rudolta. Ani is here to work on you. Jameson will do you. I'll probably have to ignore Tree for the time being, but so be it. Instinct. You. Insight. You. Sleeper. Use that. And what did I put here? Alex. Use that. Leave Alex's in the... Yeah. Okay, 8. So at best the tree can only take 2 people out. Let's see if I can do anything about it, but I gotta have to keep close eye on Zerbase. Which means everybody who isn't him, GTF out of the med bay so you don't block his health. The fuck was that? Who the hell made that noise? Okay, I'm gonna start off by giving you a black shield. With a bit of luck, it actually blocks 1. He's not wearing super armor, which is a bit of a problem. Come on, just give me 1 of those. Is tree doing anything? Not yet. You might actually lose Zerbase here. $67. The shield's timed out, I guess. I just pop him full of bullets. We only have to work on him once. Apparently these things can stop 100 damage. Afraid he might run out of bullets before. That's a wrap, people. How much do we still have to go? Oh, I'm sorry, Zerbase. You're gonna be dead as a doorknob. We'll bring you back. Ah, it's a shame. I tree grabbed somebody, but I'm currently incapable of caring. I think about it, more people might die as well. Keep in mind, as soon as the mark goes off, it goes to somebody else. There he goes, I guess. Yep, Starbase is dead. Who's the new lucky guy? Hopefully somebody who has better black resistance. Can't tell. Here, you. Rad, you might live. Yay. Okay. So Zerbez died. That's unfortunate. 18 bullets and it wasn't enough to save him. Okay, well, we're gonna have to really keep our eyes on Tree now because we've got something going on there. Okay. We need to find our 30. Where did I stick our 30? Who did I work on him with last? Actually, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna send him here anyway. You deal white, right? Just to be sure. Yes, white. This would have been pale. It wouldn't have been a real disaster, to be honest. But or 30. Now you're here. He looks a bit different now than used to, but you should have him souped up enough that he can. Because how many lights are on there now? 3? 3. You don't have execution bullets, so you really do have to be a little bit careful there. So we'll work on this guy twice, and then we'll move him to work with Queen. And keep our fingers crossed that we actually don't have to do Dusk. I don't think we have to. Do we know? We know what our mission is, but... doing Instinct next. Probably just meet up with everyone and see if we can play dodge the robots long enough. Because that's what Dusk is, the robot spawners. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody who we can still use to train up Insight that deals red damage. Now without risking trouble. You'll be fine. He'll at least make it to level 5. He's now at 5 because I did stick him in the machine. Also, yeah, I've been able to do some really good work on Melting Love. Actually, up to the point where I've gotten the suit and the weapon. And, yeah, the way I did that was with this thing. Yep. Apparently that gives you quite the boost in temperance, and that gave us the edge to go above the 26 we need for good results. Yay! You know? Anyway, so yeah, we're basically giving everything we have to him, and one of the missions also required us to get everything here. The Mirror of Adjustment. The only thing it shows is people when facing oneself in the mirror, the subject changes. There are numerous suggestions like it's a possibility of parallel universes where magical powers put on. Others can be confirmed. Subject can face the mirror adjustment will have their stats randomly adjusted. If an employee faces the mirror adjustment more than once a day, all stats will be lowered each time they face it. So I need to send quite a few people more here. I don't know who already used it, so I'm just gonna send everybody from up here. I think that's gonna be enough people. We're just gonna let all of those face the mirror. So far, nothing bad happened. I think Sleeper used it and he's still looking alright. Alex used it, Hoon used it, Noah used it, Hoon's dead by the way. I think NGC used it once already as well, so... But I do need to keep really close attention to terrain. First thing we'll do when we get to Dusk, and we have to do it, is shoot that one employee that has the leaf over him. I'm not taking any chances with this thing. So with a bit of luck, our 30 is going to max out on everything. Meanwhile, the troops to use the mirror arrived. Alright, low ranker, you first. Let's see, 130, 106, 106, 92. Yeah, you got a bit of a buff, didn't you? Okay. Next. Daphne, 89, 83, 78, 80. She got a lot of justice, but she lost some fortitude and prudence. I wonder if those are permanent. Huh. I hope not. Usually stuff like this isn't permanent. Schnitz, who is still way out there. Burb. Usually I don't give a damn about Burb, but he's still not doing all that much damage. And yeah, I think it's damage based. Like once he does like 10 damage, he goes back. Which means this time he only has to peck a few times. Meaning I actually didn't have to worry about Burb at all. Who did we send in last? The final guy from here, right? Flux. One 104, 139. Oh, look at that. Tripled his justice. Good lord. Spud. Who's at this point still looking like one. Did I bring Spud down? Guess I didn't. So if we're going up against the robots, we would prefer, I guess, red to be safe, so to speak. Again, all assuming we actually do have to do it, which is why I'm doing this now. Even though we're in a core suppression, so I don't think it's going to work. Oh well. We've come this far. That means I don't have... yeah. Like yeah. Are we done? Got it all, okay. The person who faces the mirror may look the same, but actually becomes a totally different person. When looking into the mirror more than once, the subject's humanity gets removed, turning them into a walking corpse. Okay, so don't do that. Hey Brian, just ignore me and... Hey, Brian, just ignored me and walked right past. What's going on? No, he's staring in the mirror. He always complained about being born too weak. I guess he finally made up his mind. Satisfaction is only temporary. Yay. Yeah, that's human nature, right? We're never happy. Once we reach our goal, we immediately go stray for something else. And I completely forgot to look at that tree. This is gonna get dangerous. Both from Freischutz. The problem is we need to make sure that we can get our monies back. Or our power. How much do we get on the regular here? I'm gonna risk it because I know I'm gonna screw up anyway. We got two people there. It shouldn't be too bad to get the power back. That's gonna give me more than peace of mind. I'm actually going to work on Melting Love again. Not because we have to, but because I know I can take it no problem, even with black being weird. So I'm gonna use the same strategy because we're doing it for the boxes now, rather than for the unique ones, so to speak. So yeah, he's like 108 now, plus 3 now, bam! Plus 20. You should see that things are going to go really well. We didn't get it perfect. Look at that. I'm going to work her again. After that, we'll send the node back, mainly because I'm not 100% sure how much damage he can take before the death node kills him. You won't be needing that much more power. Okay, send the node back. Cool. I think I can work with Wolf as well. Yeah, let's do so. I haven't worked on a mercenary with myself yet. I'll basically send him straight up here, so we should be okay. Man, we got more bad results with the wolf than we did with Melting Love. Okay, is there anything else you can do? I can try Oni to work on nothing there. I can't move out of the room myself. She's wow though, so we stand to gain quite a few boxes from her as well. So I'm gonna let Ani do work here. I think inside works the best. So we shouldn't be getting any more meltdowns. The only thing I'm wondering about is whether or not we're gonna get to do Dusk or not. I hope not. But I don't know. I'll try to find a way to see if I can dodge it, but progress has been ridiculously slow. Maybe due to the fact that we just can't work with everyone. When it comes down to it, we don't have to work with everyone. We just need to get this filled. If we can do that before anybody dies, great, right? Okay, we need 33 more power. Or any wows we can sort of still work with safely. We did the wolf. We can work with you. Because we are not expecting to have to go past her going depressed. I'll just keep an eye on Shree because I don't trust him for the one bit. You see, if I hadn't done what I did, we would have been screwed. So I'm glad I did that at least. Okay, 13 more. We can probably do that with regular work here. You know, it seems pretty easy, but I'm starting to have a lot of stuff I need to take care of. Due to that. I mean, otherwise, if I didn't have to waste all my bullets trying to save Zerbase in vain, I could have just used some execution bullets here and things wouldn't have been that bad anyway, but Okay, fingers crossed that we don't have to do dusk, lads. Okay, so everybody, except for myself, meets up here. I'll do some work on Spider Bud to kick us off here. Hopefully to end things. If not, at least we'll have bullets, right? My sweet employees. Okay, is that everyone? Okay. Fingers crossed, peeps. I'm gonna stick them in an elevator. I know green doesn't plop in, so to speak, but again, I think I will not have to do dusk. Sites, okay. Fingers crossed, peeps. Nice. Oh. Welfare team, suppression core of Chesed, clear. Record team, virtue of creation, clear. Extraction team, abnormality dissolution, clear. Huh, I didn't know you could do missions during core suppressions. Oh, there we go. Also, R30, how did you do? Maxed out. Not maxed out, actually, but you probably will have reached 5, yeah, because that's not going down. Good, good, good. Okay, R30's back. I think we have a free day coming up. Nope. Come on, dude. Snap out of it. I know you can. Yeah. It's loading. I'm gonna lie, the game has been open for quite a while. I've been bugged quite a bit. Don't look away, just keep on watching, contained inside your sight. Now you become the sky and I become the land. Somewhere in the distance you hear seagulls. You know what? We had you before. We took Scourge Girl again. Come on. Daniel? What? People here don't drink coffee in the morning? Yeah, they do, but not like 2 liters of it. No better way to get energy than a fresh cup of coffee before you start the day. Oh, of course there is. You can inject yourself with heroin. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. What's that look on your face? Boogers, I guess. Yeah, sorry about that. No, actually, no, it's not. It's something black. Oh, right. Didn't expect me to come here, did ya? How disappointing, I didn't expect a massive welcome party, but I didn't think you guys would be so hard. Oh, she's talking about, like, yeah, that they were surprised he chose to work here? I'll of course understand. You're probably wondering why such a talented man as myself applies to join such a shabby company, huh? Well, everyone has their own different values. Ah, you're A. I think I heard about you from Carmen. Right. Actually, Carmen's speech brought me here. Where is she? I'd say 6 feet under, but that would probably put her in the control team. So you came, you coffee addict. There's Carmen. This is Carmen, right? Come on. Carmen, she got turned into Angela. Is he introducing himself now? You can sit here, the person sitting next to you will explain about your work. What, you knew I was coming? I told you no matter how great you are, you will always be in the palm of my hands. Thought you were being sarcastic. I have condition to ask, may I? Can I play some cool, smooth jazz? And can I get an espresso machine? Called it. I want everybody to know how good freshly brewed coffee is. Are you going to grind the beans yourself? We have a coffee grinder here. It's a weird thing. We don't use it, it's just there for fashion purposes. Look at how suave the guy is. Daniel drew everybody's attention with his fancy suits, which didn't fit here at all. But who the frick is talking now? This is a pre-recorded message. I think Karma told me a few days ago. One of the elitists will stop by to apply to our company. He's a bit pompous, so don't believe everything he says. I asked how I was able to recruit such an elite. Carmen answered nonchalantly as if I asked something too trivial. I'm good at blowing other people's oh my god, I'm glad I didn't misread that. Oh, that could have been bad. Blowing other people's dicks. You should know that by now. The revolution doesn't need to be complete by the waving of flags or bloodshed. I was waiting for saviors for such a long time. Someone who could break me from my old ways and wake me up. Why didn't I think I myself could be the savior? Would you remember my mistake? Also, who would this be? TO4 something. It's very valuable to me. Hope your own pathetic rebellion taught you a few things. Shut up, Angela. You are currently not allowed to be here. You still don't get the reason why I didn't stop you. I'm talking about the real reason why I was watching you without turning you off like I did to Tiffer. You didn't turn Tiffer off either. Maybe one of them, you squished them. I want to engrave your lessons on your metal body. I hope you learned something from your resistance that ended up costing the lives of your poor employees who trusted in you until the end. Well, first of all, his employees weren't there. The only guy who died was, unfortunately, Zerbes. Who will resurrect, don't worry. He'll be back. With grey hair, as usual. I know the word death means nothing to you now, but to them it held meaning. That's strange, Angela. Since when did you start caring about the deaths of the employees? Yes, sick burn, yo. You were the person who forced open the containment unit just for more energy. I clumsily supported you by agreeing with your actions. I think that I've lost it with everything that's happening right now. Now I know that you don't really care about our condition. You weren't even the one I should have followed. Chesed, of course, you should follow our manager, not me. You don't have to remind me of that. Ooh, potty face. You know what I mean. I'm not going to let you do whatever you want. You're a loser. In the past and even now. Hit him, Chesed. No, you can't hit a lady. Then again, it's a computer program. Can you hit computerized ladies? Are there rules surrounding that? Then again, technically you're not a guy either. You're a metal box. So it would be computer on computer violence. I don't know. Yes, I'm a failure. You don't need to remind me. You may want to believe that nothing has changed, but in fact, many things are changing. We are counting on you to save the situation, Chesed. Let's get rid of any hard feelings you have between us. Aw. Oh, good. Hey, let's be friends. But no matter how great you are, you will always have to be in the palm. You see, she's Carmen. Called it. Confirmed. I'm still afraid, manager. I'm still not sure if I can really fight against the fears I might face in the future. But I decided not to run away. Still holding on to the freaking mug. Is that where the coffee comes out? Can you give me an order now? Make me some coffee. I'm not a coffee person, but I'm pretty sure you'd be at least good at that. Someone faithful and trustworthy. Seed of light germination 70%. Sweet. But it isn't efficient now that this is the first time you reached here. Everything from here on now is a mystery. I'm not in a position to say such things, but it won't be an impossible task. There's definite distinction between impossible and 0% of possibility. Is there, though? You've always learned before you start saying things that if there's like a 0.0000000 whatever 1% chance of something, so 0.00001% chance, and we need to round it up to like 2 decimals, we are not allowed to go with 0.00. We need to put 00 ... Because there's indeed a difference between 0.000001 and 0. The machine said that something will never happen after considering every possibility has 0% of possibility. Thus, me seeing you succeeding in every task in the future is not impossible, but rather has 0% of possibility. Yeah. But I won't be disappointed. I'm a machine after all. Even if everything you've built up crumbles, I will be able to endure as if nothing has happened. Your scenario will end soon. Just do like you've done before. Though the energy you collected will not be supplied to the outside, it doesn't mean your work was not for nothing or that this place no longer serves a purpose. My goal? You're asking me now, after all this time? Of course, it's the same as yours, ending the current given script. Eh? If not, I wouldn't have a reason to go through all this trouble just to help you. Okay, so this is a flashback, I'm imagining. We're also going to get story from bottom left guy and bottom right guy. I don't know if we've done all their missions yet, though, so I don't know if we're going to be able to start suppressing cores there, but we can't be too far off. I finished signing upper and middle level Sephiroths. This won't be the last time I do this. I'll probably have to tell them what I've already told countless times, but you'll be different. You know why this facility exists in your missions. I hope you don't exhaust me like them. Just keep this in mind. I will not come down here unless the circumstances require me. It doesn't mean that I will just watch and do nothing. Well, you've done a whole bunch of that already. That and sabotaging, so I guess you're not doing nothing. You're just doing stuff to make things worse. But hey! Who's keeping score, huh? Oh, we won't see each other often from now on. It only hurt us. Angela was the best AI that I've ever known. You are the best architect that I've ever known. You already know Carmen's body's nothing but a shell. But you couldn't forget her. You tried to keep her by locking her in the cryostasis pod. With a weaving face, you ransacked her body and detached her core. I was actually relieved when I realized that you were making Angela. Yeah, okay, so definitely confirmed at this point. You were focusing on something, just like you did before. That day when she opened her eyes, I remembered that you were just staring into the laboratory's windows, not setting a foot inside. You might have thought that you saw me right away, but I was looking at you for a long time before you realized. Why did you hesitate? What did you think after seeing Angela? who can't show any signs of affection towards you, unlike Carmen. I told you countless times that you can make 100 of AIs, but they will never be Carmen. Now poor Angela is merely assigned to look after us. There's something I have mistaken. It is that I thought you've overcome everything. But the truth was that you never have. Complete a day with 100 more employees with 100 more justice. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah? Wait, so where's the can of Welchers going then? Is it another one that we won't be getting? Covers 25% chance before an employee dies or panics. Once a day per employee. Oh, that would have been nice beforehand. I think every one of those will be. Okay, cool. Limit on employee temperance is increased to 20. Cool. Wait, did we get nothing from... Okay. Cool beans. Alright, so the only thing I'm gonna... Nah, it's not gonna save anyway. I'm gonna have to do that another time. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for this episode. Cheese has been suppressed and the day is saved. The shrine will be held for server base, who will be back on the next episode with grey hair. But for now, thank you guys for watching. We'll continue in the series for free shows, probably coming back on something if you haven't already. I'll see you guys all next episode.